Have you ever thought, I'm a pretty intelligent person? There's a lot of tutorials online. I can totally teach myself to play piano. And then a couple of weeks later, you're trying to follow a YouTube tutorial and you're wondering, why don't my hands move like the hands in that video? Yeah, I see you. And hey, if you're teaching yourself to play piano right now, I love that and I encourage you 100% to keep going. But there are a few things that people don't tell you about learning to play piano without a teacher. And in this video, I'm going to do a deep dive on that very subject. After years of playing and teaching piano, I know exactly where people who teach themselves piano struggle and why most of them quit. I also know what actually works if you want to play beautifully and confidently. So if you're ready for some real talk, stick with me because this just might save you years of frustration and struggle. So here's the dream. You picture yourself sitting at the piano, playing some beautiful music, maybe impressing your friends with some jazz standards or even a tear-jerking version of Moonlight Sonata. You want to sound amazing, you want to feel amazing, and you want to have fun while you're doing it. And I am totally here for that vision. But here's the reality. You pick a song you want to learn, you hop on YouTube, and you find 27 versions of that song tutorial. You click through, one person's going too fast, the other one assumes that you're a rocket scientist and you already know everything there is to know about rocket science, but apply it to piano. And another one just shows you the chords of the song. And now you're overwhelmed, confused, maybe a little cranky, and you've just lost several hours of your life. And look, I get it. Even though I'm a professional pianist, back in the day, I was mostly a classical pianist and I really wanted to learn other types of music. But when I tried to teach myself these different styles, even I fell into the random tutorial trap. So if you're feeling stuck, you're not the problem. Bad learning methods are the problem. But don't worry, we're about to fix that. If you want to make real progress without a one-on-one teacher, here are the 3 things that work. No fluff, no shortcuts, just the good stuff. Here's the deal. Random tutorials can teach you songs, but they can't teach you how to play the piano, and there is a difference. When you jump from video to video, learning bits and pieces here and there, you're filling your brain with scattered and random pieces of information that don't have a way of fitting together. It's kind of like throwing a jigsaw puzzle like in the air, having it land on the floor, and then wondering why you don't have a complete picture. So if you want to feel confident in your learning and save yourself a lot of time, what you need is a clear step-by-step plan that makes sense to your brain and to your body. Choose one method and stick with it for a while. Whether it's my teaching method or someone else's, you want to follow that path to its conclusion so that it starts to make sense for you. Seriously, just doing this one thing saves you so much time and frustration. Now, how do you know which teaching method to follow? It's pretty simple, actually. Take a sample video from any tutorial channel on YouTube, or if you are looking at purchasing courses, look at some of the free previews if they are available. If they're not available, hopefully they have a money back guarantee. So you want to look at these small representations of the teaching style. Does it make sense to you? Does it go in an order that you can follow? Or is it jumping around and just giving you a whole bunch of information without showing you how to put it together? So I always say there's a difference between information and education. Information is like facts, but education is understanding how to use those facts. If you notice that you're not able to follow this particular teaching method, look for another one. your first like half an hour of being involved with a YouTube tutorial or with a course should give you a very good idea of whether this is going to be for you or not for you. Then once you decide it's for you, stick with it. I actually have a 1-year course for beginners, and I stress 1 year because you can't really learn a whole lot in a couple of months. You want the longevity of at least a year of commitment to really start understanding and processing what you're learning. So give it about a year. All right, look, I know you want to play songs. Your time is limited as it is. You don't want to play exercises. You don't want to play scales and arpeggios. You want to play songs. But here's the truth. If you skip the behind the scenes work, if you skip getting into shape for the activity of playing the piano, your fingers will not cooperate with you when the music gets a little spicy. So here's a quick hack. Just kidding. You know I don't do hacks or tricks. But I'll tell you something that works. For every 20 minutes you spend on playing a song or learning a song, spend about 5 minutes working on your piano technique. What in the world is piano technique? Well, it's really learning how to use your hands at the piano. If you notice that you're not able to move your fingers fast or play well or even have your fingers do what you ask them to do, it's not because your fingers are weak. It's really not. What it is that you haven't worked on the mind-body connection, the neural pathways of getting your fingers to obey the signals that the brain sends them. So basically, technique is a way of working on your brain and hand coordination for this very specific activity that we call playing the piano. But you don't just want to play scales in the way that most people practice them, like just going up and down a couple of octaves, because that's not how you find scales out in the wild. In the music that you play, you find fragments of scales, you find little pieces of arpeggios, and these fragments of scales and arpeggios are not usually going to be played with the same fingering that you practice your 2 octaves up and down scales. So there's a better way to practice scales and arpeggios. And guess what? Yes, I have made courses because I've had so many people ask me why I'm practicing scales every day. Why am I not getting better at piano? So I said, all right, fine. I will take several hundred hours of my life and create these exercises for you to do. And lots of people have taken these courses and are in these courses, and they tell me all the time that this is like nothing else that they've ever seen. I also have several technique videos here on YouTube. You can check my playlist called Piano Technique and get started there. Most tutorials tell you where to put your fingers because that's what a tutorial is meant for. But they don't teach you the why, the how, all the stuff going on behind the scenes. And if you're just playing by copying somebody else's motions without understanding things like what chord you're playing, what scale you're playing, what key are you in, why are you using these particular fingers, not the others, how do you use the pedal in this song? If you don't understand that stuff and you're just copying somebody else's playing, that's like memorizing random words in a new language, and then you try to have a conversation with someone who speaks that language. You come upon a hard wall really fast because you don't know the language. You just know a few random words. So if you're learning from tutorials, that's fine. I have lots of them on my channel. But don't stop there. Start learning theory. Start understanding how to use the pedal. You know, what you want to do is create a musical mind, one that can actually hold the information that you are putting into it. It's like having random files on your computer desktop and no folders to organize them in. It gets really out of hand pretty fast, and it's hard to find what you need. So now imagine you've given your brain all these random files with no folders to put them into, and then you're asking your body and your brain to play the piano. It's not easy. So what can you do? Next time you're playing a song or a piece, ask yourself, what chord is this? Is this a minor chord or major chord? Am I playing going up or going down on the piano? Are there any patterns here that I can remember and tell myself about? Just by asking these sort of questions, you start to unlock a lot of freedom at the piano. All right, here's a mistake I see all the time, and it's not what you think. That big mistake, skipping the part of music that is the most important part of music, musical expression. You can play all the right notes at all the right times, but if your playing sounds flat or robotic, doesn't have those highs and lows, those breathing spaces, the dynamics, the timing, you're missing the magic of music. The stuff that we came here for, right? Why do you want to play music? Because it makes you feel a certain way. And yes, playing the notes is a really important part. Without them, we can't express anything. But if you're just stopping at the notes, yeah, you're missing a big chunk. So what can you do? Well, you can listen to your favorite pianist. Hopefully it's not just a synesthesia thing with lights falling down, but an actual person. Live is better. And listen to why you enjoy their playing. It might just be the song that they're playing, but it's probably not just that. They're probably incorporating dynamics, louds and softs. They're using some kind of tempo manipulation. That sounds really fancy. They're breathing, they're pushing forward. The sound isn't the same like as though it's been programmed by a computer. And listen to that and see if you can copy them, even a little bit, even a small tiny section of a song, and do lots of experimentation. So is learning without a teacher right for you? Let's break it down. If you just want to learn a few songs for fun, you don't want to go anywhere beyond that, then go for it. There is absolutely no shame in being a happy dabbler. Learn from YouTube videos, start to play by ear, whatever works for you. But if you're serious about playing beautifully, if you want to feel in control, understand music deeply, play with heart, play more advanced pieces, play a wide variety of styles, play fast, play lyrically, and truly see how good you can get, then you need more than just random videos. And if you want to check out a free preview of my adult-friendly online courses, check the link below. If you want to learn the simple things you can do to make your playing sound even better than it does right now, check out this video here. Keep practicing, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye.